Right then. Taco Tuesday. It's a gray, dreary morning. It's chilly. It's 55 out. I don't want to go to work. I could literally sleep another 3 hours. Yeah. Oh, man. And then I open up the little block box of misery, and the new schedule girl doesn't have me. Um, she's not filling up my day. Um, yeah, I got two calls. I had two calls that canceled. That happens. They reschedule for whatever reason they can't be there. Whatever the excuse is. So there would have been four, all diagnostics. Because I don't throw parts at things. Um, but two of them dropped off, so that leaves two calls, and yeah, it's literally a half a day of work. I won't be able to afford the lake house at this rate. So I might have a talk with JC and say, hey, when we're slow like this, is there any chance you can run me down to Central, not to put on DTR's parts, but to do diagnostics? Yeah. Just to get some hours. Yeah. Ugh. So, yeah. Um, Tomorrow's my pulmonary test. But you know what? I don't think I need it. I honestly do not know. I was talking to Mia yesterday afternoon when I got home, and she asked how I was doing, health wise, um, with the quitting smoking thing. I have not had a cigar since Friday afternoon when I ran out. Now, I have been sitting here in the mornings and in the evenings when I get home enjoying a pipe, but I don't inhale the pipe. Nope, it's too harsh. Yep, you'll have a coughing attack. Yeah. So I have been doing that, but I haven't been inhaling anything. And I asked Mia, even in her limited mental capacity right now as a 3 year old, um, being a doctor and all, supposedly, still haven't seen proof. What what she thinks is going on? Because within a day of quitting those cigars, uh, I have not had breathing issues. The tightness in my chest, the shallow breathing, where I got to hit the inhaler to open up my lungs. And I have not had the burning fatigue in my legs. And I did an experiment yesterday just to see. I went down to the dock, which is downhill, and I ran up to the Jeep, which is uphill. And then I came in the house. I had to do something down here, and I literally moved very rapidly, ran down the stairs to the lounge here. I was not short of breath. My legs were not burning. I have no idea. Mia said it's chemical. She said whatever's in those cigars is having a chemical reaction with certain aspects of your body and is causing those symptoms, those phenomena. I'm like, that's straight up crazy. Yeah. It makes sense though. You ingest some sort of chemical that's in the tobacco, it gets into your bloodstream, it affects your muscles, it affects your lungs, your pulmonary process, so you're short of breath. But magically, it all goes away the minute you stop smoking it. I've never heard of this. Maybe I'm the first to mention it, talk about it. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it's pretty exciting. And it's incentive for me to keep going. Yep. Not going back to it. Not after that. The way I used to feel, where I couldn't walk from the boat up to the back door here without having to lean on something, and my legs were burning like I just ran a mile. Short of breath, I had to hit the inhaler. I don't want to live like that. Smoking's not worth it to me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love smoking. That's why I still smoke the pipe. Tastes good. Yeah, very good flavor. Yeah, it's relaxing. Nicotine has a relaxing effect on you. But it's not the nicotine that you're addicted to. And I got confirmation of that from my neighbor who studied it. There was a Harvard medical school study about the addictive qualities of nicotine, and they came to the same conclusion I did years ago, before there was any study. You're not addicted to the nicotine. You're addicted to some other chemical that's sprayed onto the tobacco, cigarette tobacco, that when it burns, turns into a narcotic. Yep. They spray over 200 chemicals on cigarette tobacco before they roll the cigarette. I watched a 1970s era film on how cigarettes are made from Philip Morris Company. Yeah. And it showed all the tobacco on a big wide conveyor belt going underneath a spray boom that was spraying a mist onto the tobacco. Flavor enhancers, flavor preservatives. Now the latest thing that I noticed in my cigars that I was smoking, that I think they just started applying, which they never used to, is anti-smoldering chemical. If you don't drag on that cigar or that cigarette constantly, pretty much constantly, it'll self-extinguish. It'll go out. And that is so people don't fall asleep in their sofas and their chairs. Cigarette's still burning, they drop it, and it starts the sofa on fire, and they burn their house down and they die. So they put a chemical in there that self-extinguishes the cigarette. All right. It may work to self-extinguish the cigarette, but what does it do to your body when it burns and you inhale it? What I noticed is this last carton of cigars that I purchased, prior to that, they didn't self-extinguish. I could sit here with the cigar in my fingers like this, and I would end up with an ash on there that was this long. It would just smolder, smolder all the way down to the filter. This last carton I purchased, it goes out right away. If you don't, if you're not puffing on that thing constantly, it'll self-extinguish in like a minute. And I also noticed that the cigars changed flavor. They tasted like shit, sour. Yeah, I can taste it now. It was bad. All right, so perfect timing for quitting, that's for sure. And I'm going to stay with it. Yep. Now, I solved the problem this morning. I started on it last night. It was driving me nuts. Over my kitchen sink, there's a light that these people put in. And it's just a fluorescent light, but it was an eyesore because it was blinding you, right? And it's just a cobbled thing, so they pinned it up. You can see it here, right? Then they ran the cord along the side like this. I don't like that, right? It's just a hack job. Well, that light would always blind you when you turn it on. It was just like boom in your face because you could see it. So I made this shield. I had some plastic trim molding here left over from the project. I spray painted it black so it matches the black in here, it matches the black on the fixtures. Spray painted it black. And I put it here to hide the light. And now it directs the light down. Lights up the sink just great. But the light itself is hidden and it doesn't blind you. Simple things. I love it. It's exactly what that needed. Yep. So I did that this morning. Just a little project. All right. I got to suit up here and get on the road or I'll be late. Yeah. But trust me, I don't want to go in. And tomorrow I got that pulmonary appointment, and the way I feel now, instantly, I don't know if they're going to find anything. So one of the objectives, one of the goals of this appointment is to try to get a prescription for rescue inhalers, just in case. Yep, or Buterol. Yep. So I'm going to push the angle on that, and I'm going to try to get the prescription for those. Because now that Mia's out of the picture, Mia was my pharmacist. She's got asthma, so she had a prescription for it. And she was entitled to, like, I don't know, 6 inhalers a month or some shit like that, which she wasn't using because she wasn't having a lot of attacks. So she would kick me the extra inhalers. She'd go get the prescription, she'd get it filled, it's free, and then she would send them to me. Well, we're not in a relationship anymore, so I don't know if that's going to happen. So I'll get my own. All right, we're going to shut it down, get on the road. But I think today I'm going to have a talk with Jeremy and see if he can send me down to Central for diagnostics just to get hours. Yeah. See, so there's an on-off switch on this light. So now all I do is I slide my fingers up behind here, and here's the light, and I can feel it, and I turn it off. Yeah. You don't have to unplug it. You just reach up there and hit the rocker switch. Man, that's perfect. All right, guys. We'll talk to you soon.